Hello students of Standard 8, welcome to DAV Mall Public School. I am your English teacher Jagruti Meshra. Let's begin our today's online session of English. Today we will start with a new chapter, Father's Help, from your English literature. Father's Help is written by R.K. Narayan. Before starting the chapter, let me ask you some questions. Have you ever experienced Monday morning blues while going to school after an enjoyable weekend? Suppose you do not wish to go to school someday, do you pretend to have a headache? Tell your parents that you do not have any important class. Tell your parents the truth or make some other excuses. In this lesson, you will come across many difficult words. Here are their meanings. Wailed, it means cried with pain. Jutka, it means rickshaw. Stubborn, it means obstinate. Lurid means shocking. Apprehensively means anxiously. Perjurer means false witness. Genial means friendly and pleasant. Allegations, charges. Impulse, urge. Bulge, big size. Executioner, hangman. Now let us start with the story Father's Help, written by R.K. Narayan. Swaminathan was lying in his bed. With a shudder, he realized that it was Monday morning. It looked as though only a moment ago it had been the last period on Friday, and already Monday was here. He hoped that an earthquake would reduce the school building to dust. But that good building, Albert Mission School was the name of the school, had withstood similar prayers for over 100 years ago. At 9 o'clock, Swaminathan started crying with pain. He was crying like this, "I have a headache." His mother said, "Why don't you go to school in a jutka?" Jutka means rickshaw. "So that I may be completely dead at the other end," he said. Have you any idea that the jutka has so many jolteks? So mother says, "Are you having any important lessons today?" Swaminathan says, "Bah, that geography teacher has been teaching the same lesson for over a year now. And we have arithmetic, which means for a whole period we are going to be beaten by the teacher. And you are saying important lessons." Then mother generously suggested that Swami might stay at home. At 9:30, when he ought to have been shouting in school prayer hall, Swami was lying on the bench in mother's room. Then comes his father. His father asked, "Don't you have school today?" Swami replied he had headache. Swami father says, "Nonsense. Dress up and go to school. What's that headache? Loaf about less on Sundays and you will be without headache on Monday." Swami knew how his father was. He tried to change his tactics and said, "I can't go so late to class." Father says, "I agree, but you will have to go. It is your fault. You should have asked me before deciding to stay away." Then Swami says, "What will the teacher think if he goes so late?" Father says, "Tell him that you had headache and you are late." Swami says, "He will beat me if I say so." Swami's father says, will he? Let us see. What is his name? Swami says, the teacher name is Samuel. Then father says, does he beat the boys? Swami replied, yes, he beats very violently, especially with the boys who come late. Some days ago, a boy was made to stay on his knees for a whole period in a corner of a class because he came late, and that too after getting 6 cuts from the cane and having his ears twisted. I wouldn't like to go late to Samuel's teacher class. Father says, if he is so violent, then why don't you tell to your headmaster about it? Swami says that even the headmaster is afraid of him. He is such a violent man. And then Swami started giving shocking accounts of Samuel's violence. Now he started saying that when he came, he would not stop till he saw blood on boy's hand, which he made the boy press to his forehead like a vermilion marking. Swami hoped that with this his father would be made to see that he couldn't go to his class late. But Swami's father's behavior took an unexpected turn. He became very excited and he said, he is beating children so ruthlessly. Such type of teacher should be driven out of service. I will see to this matter. The result was he proposed to send Swami late to his class as a kind of challenge. He was also going to send a letter with Swami to the headmaster. No amount to protest from Swami was of any avail. Swami had to go to school. By the time he was ready, father had made a long letter for the headmaster and put that letter in an envelope and sealed it. Swaminathan asked his father anxiously, what you have written in this letter? Swami's father said, nothing for you. Give this letter to your headmaster and go to your class. Swami says, have you written anything about my teacher Samuel? Father replied, plenty of things about him. When your headmaster will read it, he will probably dismiss Samuel from the school and hand him over to the police. What he has done, father? Swami asked. Well, there is a full account of everything he has done in the letter. Give it to your headmaster and go to your class. You must bring an acknowledgement from him in the evening. And now Swami was in confusion what to do and what not to do. So Swami started going to his school feeling that he was the worst false witness on the earth. Now let us quickly recapitulate what we studied today. Swami, like any other kid, does not like school and wishes that school is reduced to dust by an earthquake. It's Monday morning and Swami lies to his mother to get a day off. Luckily, he gets it. Trouble breeds when his stubborn father is hell-bent on sending him off to school, even when Swami says he has a headache. From then on, we see the active imagination of a boy who conjures stories after stories against his teacher Samuel, the atrocities on students so that he is not sent to school. But all of it goes against him, and now he is on his way to Albert Mission School with a letter from his father which he has to deliver to his headmaster. Rest of the story we will read in the next session. Dear students, based on our today's topic, here is a short assignment for you. Have a nice day. Thank you.